Hello, investors. Welcome to the channel where I use technical analysis to find possible swing trades. Today, we're taking a look at Dave & Buster's Incorporated, ticker symbol PLAY. And you would understand why the ticker symbol spells out the word play if you've ever been to a Dave & Buster's. This is a micro cap company with a market cap just over $1.5 billion. It's in the hotels, restaurants, and leisure industry, and specifically in restaurants and bars. And the restaurants are known for having a variety of video games that you can play, driving games, shooting games, mostly from what I remember. And it's all centered for adults. There's a bar and there are separate rooms you can have for events. And it's usually a really good time. And here we are on Dave & Buster's annual chart, and you can see share price closed just below $35 a share yesterday, and it is well below all the moving averages. And it came down from over $45 a share on this significant plummet, followed by a miss on earnings. And it does look like the share price has finally found a bottom, but of course, we can't be sure of that. I will say that if we back out just a bit here to the 5-year chart, you'll see that ever since COVID, this $30 a share line really seems to be a hard level of support for the share price. So the $35 a share is decent, but if it could drop just a bit more and get it down close to 30, I think you'd be much more secure. Still, I don't think this is a bad place to buy it at the moment, given the other technical indicators here, which we'll take a look at right now. We have the RSI, which is oversold and does look to be turning around or at least going sideways here. Stochastics are both oversold and have started to loop higher. The volume chart is showing a spike in selling pressure. There are a couple of green days in there, but as you can see, the pressure is declining. This is well above average volume. It's declining, getting back to normal, and it hasn't fully transitioned back from red days to green days, but it does look like it's starting to make that transition. And the MACD looks like it has formed a trough and is rising, and there's a little bit of indication here that the MACD line is edging closer to the signal line, but we haven't had a cross yet. And if we switch over to the fundamentals here, you'll see Dave & Buster's does have significant short interest at just over 15%, which is something to watch for. I'm not sure if this is enough to make a short squeeze out of this, but it's certainly possible. And the institutional ownership is quite high at just below 95%. And the debt to equity ratio shows it does have a lot of debt. It has more debt than 82% of other companies in restaurants and bars. Now, that is I suspect because of the setup. Their restaurants require a lot of space, they require a lot of power, they require a lot of games, a lot of output for the games they have, the electronic things that you can go play while you're there. So I imagine those things cost quite a bit, and they are probably rented or leased, which contributes to this debt ratio. Now, the PE ratio, on the other hand, is low at 12.2. And that is lower than 72% of other companies in the industry. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The gross margin of 84.56% is greater than 100% of other companies in restaurants and bars. That is truly outstanding. And the operating margin beats out 79% of other companies, which is excellent. Of course, operating margin of 13.49%. For a restaurant, that's a really good. And the return on equity here, again, is outstanding. Return on equity of 40.87% shows that it beats out 89% of other companies in the industry. And the growth rate is average. I'm willing to accept an average growth rate in this case because the gross margin is best in class. The operating margin is outstanding. The return on equity is outstanding. So these are all good metrics here to support the debt to equity ratio, which is higher than I'd like, and the average growth rate. That's a look at Dave & Buster's. I'm curious to know what you think of this company. please let me know in the comments below. And remember that none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I make these videos for education, information, and discussion. But if you got something out of the video, I would appreciate it if you'd hit the like button and subscribe to help out the channel. If you like this kind of content, please hit the bell notification to be alerted when new videos post. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and good luck with all your investments.